of the dhyana. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaita Amritavarashinim Bhagavatim Ashtadasha Adhyayinim Ambatvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavaddeshinim Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsacharno Ramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Bande Jagat Gurum. Guru, the preceptor, the spiritual guide, always guides us. He always tries to take us from the darkness to the light. There's sometimes the Christian resurrection of the Christ, it is explained in this way by the Hindus, that it is taking from the darkness to the light, from death to immortality. How it is possible? Not physically, but spiritually. So here in the Bhagavad Gita, we were studying the Samkhya Yoga, which is the knowledge, and we got again and again in the first chapter when the Arjuna is confused what he should do. Apparently, if I do not fight, if I give away everything and then I retire, that is very good. And that is always our Shastra, our scripture teaching that. Here also we find the same teaching. But for the Arjuna, when he was behaving very peculiarly, after all the preparation, Krishna said no. Why? Because that was his Swadharma. What is the Sadharma? Because he was a Kshatriya. A Kshatriya is supposed to support the good and destroy the bad, even at the cost of his death, even at the cost of his life. That is the Kshatriya Dharma. And Arjuna, after coming over there, he was thinking what to do and what not. Then to make Arjuna arise from that despondency, Krishna, we saw that in the beginning of the second chapter, he is giving the description of the Atman. And this Atman, this the self, which is ever present and never, no one, by no means can destroy it. That is called knowledge. The knowledge of the Atman, the Brahman, the creator, the sustainer. And that is the main knowledge of the Hindus. And from that Atman conception, which sometimes some people may not understand properly, from there it goes to the God, conception of God. So we can understand just like us, but celestial being. Then again, to make people convinced that it is possible for ordinary people also to get back to the original source, Avatara comes. The same God, the same power, the same Atman, taking the human form, coming down as if coming down. That's why Shankaracharya, in his commentary in the Bhagavad Gita, mentioning the word Eva, Jata Eva, as if taking birth. Jata Eva. And this Jata Eva, as if taking birth, that means he is taking a human form, but not like us. We are forced to come, we are bound to come. Why? Because the karma. Here, the Lord, Sri Krishna, he is telling, you are taking birth and you are dying. And in between the death and birth and death, in between the period, you are suffering, you are enjoying, you are suffering again and again. It is as if going down to the water and then coming up, again going down, like this. So here he is giving, in the second chapter itself, is a Sankhya Yoga. Here he is giving that Atman, and to reach to that Atman there is a yoga, and the yoga can be performed through work, through activity, intense activity. Swami Vivekananda, is one of his lectures, he said, when you are intensely working in New York, he was there, and the city is full of activity, and you should be calm and quiet and composed, as if you are meditating in the cave of Himalaya. So that is the beauty. If one can understand this and can achieve that state of mind, he is free from the bondage of karma. Here we will find in the 50th sloka of the second chapter, Sri Krishna, the God, he is teaching us in this way, and there, that is the reason we call him the Guru, the preceptor. And here he says, Buddhi Yukta Jahatiha Ubhe Sukrita Duskrite Tasmat Yogaya Yujjasva Yoga Karma Sukaushalam Karmajam Buddhi Yuktahi Phalam Taktva Manishinaha Janma Bandha Vinirmuktva Padam Gachantanambayam. In these two sloka of 50 and 51, he is describing the karma, but the secret of karma. This is a unique thing in the Hinduism, in the Sanatana Dharma. The beauty of the Sanatana Dharma is this: they have tried from every aspect, whatever is possible. First, they analyze the mind of a human being, because the concerned is a human being, not an animal, not a beast. It is a human being. And the human is his thought. And thought comes from the mind. The mind and thought actually, again, is a samambonam, the totality of the actions. And action means 5 different things. A person is not moving, he is sitting, but at the same time he is watching something, and the reflection is coming through the eye, through the ear. He is listening, immediately something, thinking. And he is touching, smelling. So all these 5 actions that goes on through the 5 sense organs: Chakshu, Karna, Nashika, Jivbha and Tak. These 5 actions that goes in the mind, and those actions are creating different ripples, and that is creating the karma. I hear somebody is calling me. Then I go and see, open the door and see my friend is there. Hey, there is a wonderful game going on. Let us go and watch. I hear. Then immediately I think I should go. Then comes the action. First the thought, then the action. Why the thought came? I heard it. So all these are connected. And that ultimately goes to karma, good or bad. Sometimes it's a good karma, sometimes it's a bad karma. What is the good karma? When we are doing it for somebody else. Not for myself only, for somebody else too. Previously, in the Indian society, I'll be giving the talk on the society at the time of the Veda, this coming Sunday. And here we'll find that the people used to wait. Even in our grandfather time, we saw people used to go out before taking the lunch. They used to go out to find out if anybody is hungry. And they will bring them, share his own food, then he will eat. Why? Because only I am cooking for myself. That was considered as a sin. I am hungry. I am going to eat my food, but I should share with others. That's a morality. You can do, you may not do. That's no problem. Nobody is going to blame you. But the morality, he thinks, is anybody hungry over there outside? Let me see. He cannot go all over the world. He goes out. If he finds someone nearby, then he does. He does with the sincerity, action, same action. When somebody is doing secretly, having everything in his possession, not sharing with others, the same action, that cooking, that eating, that getting the satisfaction, but creating sin, committing sin. So that is called good and bad. Same action, attitude, approach, the way we are doing, that brings the good result or the bad result. So that is the whole thing. And here it says, Buddhi Yukta. What is this Buddhi? It's called wisdom. And how the wisdom will come? By the company of the holy person. What is that? Holy person means a person constantly thinking about God or Brahman or Atman. He is going beyond his own selfishness. He is a wise person. And that wise person, when he is giving some talk or advising, that is called wise advice. And that is called satsanga. So, just after I am a human being, immediately all thoughts cannot come. From the past life also it will come. And at the same time, in this life, I am going and listening again and again, reading again and again. In the Bhagavad Gita also, the argument is going on. In the Shankaracharya, Ramanuja, they are telling why the God is telling the same thing again and again. In the Bhagavad Gita, almost in every page, the same thing he is telling in different language, in different way. But the same thing. Why he is telling once only, he could say. But he is telling, Shankaracharya is giving the explanation, this is necessary. Why? Because our mind is not ready to accept it. That is why again and again you have to give. They say if you can take the name of Lord only once, you are free. Then why we are taking the name of God in the morning and evening every time? Why they are asking us? Our seniors, our gurus, why they are asking us to take the name of God every time? Because we do not take the name sincerely. Just casually. Oh, I have taken initiation from my guru. Guru told that you should repeat the name. Suddenly I remember the little japa we perform and then Okay. Then we say to mentally, we report to Gurudev, Gurudev, I have done it, that's over. Now we are not sincere. But a person who is sincere in once he listens, that is sufficient. So how it is possible that once you listen and then immediately you get the knowledge? Preparation. What is the preparation? Spiritual preparation. What is the spiritual preparation? To become unselfish. How it is possible? When I know that this whole universe that I see is transitory. Behind this is the one, the consciousness who has created this universe, is the permanent one. And that is called Buddhi Yukta. Yukta means united with the Buddhi, intellect. United with what? With the truth. What is the truth? One is there and nothing else. So Buddhi Yukta, when I am having that wisdom, then Jahatiha. Jahati means giving away. So when I am then giving away, Jahati. Buddhi Yukta Jahatiha. What? Ube, both. Sukrita and Duskrite. Sukrita Duskrite. Tasmad Yogaya Yujyasya. By that way, you are united. Then go and fight. Go and do your work. So this is the uniqueness of the Hinduism, but it was misunderstood, misrepresented. And that is the reason they again and again say, don't do any work. The moment you are doing any work, immediately the result will come and bind you. Work is not binding. Desire of the result is binding. How the work can bind? So desire to get the result is actually binding. So that's why if I know that I am not going to take the result, what is the result? Either good or bad. Ube means both. Sukrita, Duskrite. Bad work, Duskrite. Sukrita, good work. If I do some good work, immediately all the praise and different type of people will invite and so many things that happen. Again, most of the people, they do the work for that only. When they don't get the recommendation of that, they are frustrated. The society could not understand me, how much I have done. And they are frustrated, all the work that they have done, it produced no result. Rather, they are bound by anger, then all those things, and going down. So the spiritual teaching is this. You cannot remain, in that third chapter, the Lord Krishna will be more clear about it. He is actually dedicating full chapter on karma, on the work, karma yoga. And also again in the second chapter, the last part, he is talking about this. Why? Without that, none of us can remain. Some of the Jnanamargis, they will say, we only do the discrimination. We don't do any work. Discrimination is also work. And the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna made it very clear. The blinking, and we are taking the inhaling, exhaling, all the work that we are doing comes under the work. So we will come after this in the different chapter. Buddhi yukto. So, be always united in the wisdom. Take the refuge in wisdom. Jahatiha. Give away. Ube, both. Sukrita, Duskrite. Then tasmad. By that way, yogaya, with the help of that yoga, that union with that knowledge, you go and fight. Then he said, yoga, karma, sukaushalam. Not giving away the work, but performing the weight with a very nicely. Sukaushala. Kaushala means a technique. Sukaushala in a perfect technique. And what is a perfect technique? I must be very, very attentive, perfect in performing my duties. But I must be very, very alert not to go for the result of it. And this is, and second, 51 it says, Karmayam buddhi yuktahi phalam taktva manishinaha. And here it says that Karmayam buddhi yuktahi phalam taktva. This is the again and again we will find in the Bhagavad Gita, again and again. Phalam taktva, not karma taktva. Phalam taktva. By giving up the result produced by karma. If you don't have the tremendous attachment with, some people are so curious, so attached in everything. Actually, I did 10 years before, when I was there, I planted a tree. One lady was telling. So I visited what's called one place. Then I, just in the way I told, we went over there. Is it, Swamiji? 20 years before, we were there. And have you visited that place? Yes, that was there in the corner plot, that was ours. And there I planted a tree. And that tree is now very big and must be giving some fruits. Have you noticed that? 20 years before that tree, and I never knew that you have planted what all the, I told, oh, maybe that I didn't notice. But I was wondering, so much of attachment, 20 years before I did this and all that. I did, I planted, whether, now this much of attachment for a tree, and you can imagine if we have done anything, so much of attachment. And result? Depression. Result? If the people are not giving that in a positive answer, then anger and so many things. It's not only ordinary people. Sometimes it's happened for the religious people also. One of the Swamis, he constructed a temple. And in the temple some decoration was there. He thought those decorations are excellent, etc. And whenever anyone is coming, he used to take, look at this. Could you understand what is this? Could you understand what is this? And if he gave any wrong answer, what is that? I can't. It's like, shows like a picture. Picture? You are an idiot. You couldn't understand anything of this. And he'll be so angry, he won't allow them to stay there. So what we used to do, any guest is coming, we used to go to receive them at the station. From there itself we used to give them the coaching. When you go, then the Swami will come, then he will take you to show. The only thing he will show you that the temple and all, this means this means this, you just say properly, then he will get VIP treatment. He will get a car, he will get everything. So much for that Swami. And I saw that he suffered a lot afterwards. Swami. Even after understanding these, even reading the Gita, Hindus are reading, the first thing that we read is Gita. And we are reading again and again. And all the Swamis moving around here and there, you ask them, only class they are giving Gita. So everyone is giving a discourse on the Gita. But one thing is good, if you start giving the Gita, you will never end. So 18 chapters, 700 slokas, so obviously it will take at least 10 years and you are, by that time you are done. So with this Bhagavad Gita, what is there? Sri Ramakrishna, he never read Bhagavad Gita, he heard about it. But he understood the gist of it immediately. Why? That is the intellect. Sometimes some people, they argue, you people say that he practiced Islam, Christianity, whether he took all the vows of the Islam has to have these and these, and all this external thing only. Internal thing is what? The knowledge. The knowledge about that particular thing. Suppose I am not admitted in any school, and I get all the training and education sitting at home as Rabindranath Tagore got. Rabindranath was not having any certificate of any school. But will you say Rabindranath was an ignorant person just because he was not having a certificate from any school? No. Similarly, it doesn't mean that you have to go and be initiated into that and then you have to follow all those things. It's not necessary. Sri Ramakrishna went into the depth of the knowledge, achieved that, came back. And similarly, same thing he applied in Bhagavad Gita and said, what is there in the Bhagavad Gita? That is the uniqueness of Sri Ramakrishna. If you repeat the Gita quickly for 10 times, what will come? That is the Bhagavad Gita. Gita will become tagi, tagi, tagi. Gita, tagi. It is tagi and at most tagi. The tyagi means renounce, renounce, renounce. Tyaga, tyaga, tyaga. And the same tyaga in Sanskrit it calls jahati. Giving away, jahati. What to give away? All this is the wrong thing. At one time came when all people started thinking and it was propagated in this way, this world is illusory, so give away this world and come and join in the monastery. Those who were not ready for that, even just for the sake of the society, the people will laugh at me. So all they went and joined in the monastery. They brought down the ideology of the monastery also and at the same time destroyed the fabrics of the society. And we became very weak. That's the wrong thing. What is that jahati? What is that we have to give up? What is that to renounce? Attachment. That's all. Desire for the result. That's all. This is my time and I am trying to do it perfectly as best as possible for the benefit of the society, and there it ends. When I retire, I forget all about that. That's all. And I am totally free. That person is called yogi. And here it says, unless and until karmajam buddhi yuktahi phalam taktva manishinaha. Manishina means one who is very intelligent. Manishi. Mananshila. Muni, manishi. The mananshila. He always thinks, what for I am doing this? Before me, this was going on. After me, it will continue. So what is my contribution? Whatever best I can do. All people, everyone is contributing for the movement of the society. Human society is going on, progressing and progressing. So many millions have contributed. Who is going to remember them? But they were thinking my statue should be here, and then should be this, that should be that. So that is the problem. Janma bandha bini mukta. Suppose I am not attached with this, what result I am going to get? What benefit I am going to get? The best benefit. What is that? I am free from the cycle of death and birth, birth and death. Janma bandha binirmukta. Why bandha? Bandha means again and again you are bound to come. Now sometimes some people, they are doing so bad work, sometimes unknowingly, sometimes knowingly. And do you think that it will go without notice, without any result? No. Maybe that law of the land will not be able to give any punishment to those people who have done, because they are so perfect in performing the bad things, and they may be influential, so they didn't get any, but they are going to suffer, obviously. So that is called, again they are taking the birth, and birth in that condition, and then the happening. So janma bandha binir mukta padam gacchant nam bayam. They will go to that padam. What is that padam? Freedom from the bondage of birth and death. and achieve the padam. Here, that sometimes the philosophers, they are differing. The Advaitin, Vedantin, like Shankaracharya, he will say padam means the self. The ultimate goal, ultimate achievement, what is that? The self. And the Bhakti Margis, they will say the devotion, they will say the padam means the holy feet of the Lord Vishnu, holy feet of the Lord Subramaniam, holy feet of the God, that's right. And whatever way we think that is the ultimate goal, it is the goal. So this way it goes. The different, now if 52, therein it says, Tadate moha kalilam buddhi vyati tarishyati tada gantasi nirvedam srotabhyasya srutasya cha. Let us chant a few sloka up to say 54, then we will explain. Yadate moha kalilam buddhi vyatitarishvati tada gantasi nirivedam srotabhyasya srutasya cha srutirbi pratipannate yada sthashyati nischala samadha achala buddhi tada yogam avapsasi. This is 53, and in the 54 there will be question will come. Let us say this. Yadate moha kalilam buddhi vyati tarisyati. When the mind goes beyond the delusion. What is the moha? The word moha, the Indians, they all know. Moha means delusion. What is the delusion? And sometimes we give the example that when we are going inside a desert, there is no water, I am very thirsty, then I see the mirage. I see a little distance ahead, there is a water, human being, camels, and whatever, all those things that will give me complete confidence that I am safe and I am going to reach over there. I will get food, shelter, water, everything. When I run and reach over there, I find nothing is there. That particular place is totally mirage, and that is called moha. And then when I cross that, after realizing it, after having that knowledge, retaining that knowledge, when I cross that place, then turn back, I see the same mirage again at my back, but I am not deluded. When I was not very much experienced, I was deluded. But when I have already experienced, I am not deluded. So that is why they call that you should have direct experience of God. When you realize God, then only all these things will stop. All the Gita, then the Bhagavata, then the Brahma Sutra, and so many hundreds of scriptures. They are only giving 555 slokas are there in the Brahma Sutra. And what is that? Beginning with a question. Let us now discuss about the Brahma. Not Brahma, it is Brahman. What is that? Athato Brahma Jigyasa. Atha. Now all these learned people, they will go on writing pages after pages on Atha, then Brahma, then Jigyasa. If you all read, then afterwards, thorough confusion. What actually I read and what I wanted to know. So that is the problem. That they understood it. And they said, this is just like the huge forest. And there we miss the route, we miss the path, what to go. Shabda jalam maharannam. Shabda jalam. The shabda means the words, as if it is the great forest, deep forest. Shabda jalam is the net. One after another it goes. Maharanyam. And who can help me? My buddhi. What I want actually. I don't need all those things. So how that buddhi will come? After experience. And that is why one should go, listen, and then go to a secluded place to ponder over it. What actually I want, that is very important. We go to every places. Most of our people, they go to anywhere. If there is a Mataji, if there is a Swamiji, any advertisement, all they will go as they go to other places also. They will read all the scriptures as they read other books also. And then ultimately what? When they began and when they end their life, same knowledge. Swamiji, what will happen to me after all these things? Sam, what will happen to you? So this is the problem, but it says in a Hindi couplet very nicely. After realizing God, that person is writing, if you search me properly, you will realize me, you will get me, you will know me right like this. पल भर के तलाश मो, मैं को कहाँ ढूंढो बंदे, मैं तो तेरा पास मो. I again and again quote this. I am within you, I am there, just by your side. But you are going on searching, oh my friend, bande. Banda in Hindi they say. मैं को कहाँ ढूंढो? मैं means the God. Where you were searching? मैं तो तेरा पास में. I am just by your side. खोजोगे तो अभी मिलूंगा. If you really are searching me, you can find me right now. पल भर के तलाश में. पल भर means just in the wing, that much time. Fraction of a second, as they say. You will realize that. But why life after life we are going on searching? Because we are not searching properly. That is the main thing. So here it says, when the mind goes beyond delusion, then you will acquire dispassion for what has been hard and to be hard. And some people they say, oh, have you visited so and so place? Immediately you imagine you have to go over there and then you have to do this and then, oh beautiful. The advertisement they always show that you are diving under the water, then you can touch the, and then only you pay $5,000, everything will come to you. After going over there, spending $5,000, then you're tired, you come back, then you see everything was there in your room. You need not to go. And again after 1 year you feel, I should go. Again and again and again we are going, and we think, Sri Ramakrishna, he went to Kashi, the very holy place. And then he said, hey, what is there in the Kashi? It's a holy place, no doubt. But the place is just like my own village. The same tamarind tree, it is also there in my village. Why should I have to come over here? For God, I can remember God and concentrate on God sitting in my room also. So that is the way we learn, experience. When I cross the oasis, mirage, and then I turn back, I can find out what is Vesis and what is Mirage. And then I can go beyond the delusion. When the mind goes beyond delusion, then you will acquire dispassion for what has been heard. People will talk about the Swarga, talk about the heaven. Each religion is talking about the heaven. Ask anyone, have you ever visited heaven? They will give all the descriptions. But ask him, you are asking me to go there? Have you visited that? Why don't you go fast? Come back and tell me. The moment he goes over there, he will never come back. Why? He will merge in that. And that is the reason when we talk about that, that means we don't know, including me. When we are talking about that means this, those people only, some very few, after realization, they come back and they speak, like Krishna himself, like Jesus, like Sri Ramakrishna, like this type of very few souls. So, we should read only the books written by them or spoken by them, recorded perfectly, their words, then only. And then, after receiving those, we should ponder, oh, this is my path, devotion is my path, or karma is my path, and this. Sri Ramakrishna spoke about all the four. Gita, Sri Krishna spoke about all the four. Now you choose the best way to mingle the whole thing. All the four together. Why? Because all the four different types are there within us. We like to discriminate. We like to analyze, jnana. We like to concentrate, dhyana. We like to love. We like to serve, bhakti. And we like to do some work also. We feel compassion. And this karma. All the four together, it will help you to reach the goal. So that is what is the motto, process of the Ramakrishna Mission. If you see the Ramakrishna Mission emblem, the symbol, all the four yogas. And here he is telling like this in the 53rd, it says, Sruti bi pratipannate yada sthashyati nischala. When your mind, which was bewildered by hearing, not only hearing, by seeing, by smelling, and by touching, all this, which was bewildered, will remain undisturbed, undistracted. In the Supreme Self, they will attain yoga. We talk about yoga. Now, there is the dhyana yoga, spiritual yoga, and hatha yoga, the physical yoga. And physical yoga means it is some different type of exercises that will give you physical strength, stability, also mental. But here the dhyana yoga, only mental purity. And the yoga means union. Union with the self, the God, the ultimate. Yoga equal to union. Union with what? With this. That is called yoga. When it is possible? When you are totally undisturbed. How I can be totally undisturbed? When I have given up all my desire. There is a Swami in our Belur Math. I always go and ask Swamiji, please come. I will take all care. If necessary, I will take you in the first class, the flight. He is a very high, very holy soul. He said, where I will go, what I will see. You know my best place, only 2, 3. Kamarpukur, the birthplace of Sri Ramakrishna, Jairam Bhati, the birthplace of Ma Sharada Devi, and Belur Math. So these are the 3 places he only goes and never, nowhere else. very calm, very composed. The small room he is living, full of books, only one bed, somehow he goes on that, full of books, and everything is closed. Very composed person. How could he do that? But if you talk with him, if you read his writing, if you listen to him, the wonderful words, because it is coming from within. How it is possible? Because he has given up everything. He has given up everything. The moment you talk about that America, all, is it? We're from Chicago. Indians, all they know, at least one city of America, Chicago. All Indians they know, because of Swami Vivekananda. So many people will ask so many questions. A desire is there to come. Then all these things are happening. Say, so, Sruti bi pratipannate yada sthashyati nischala samadha achala buddhi. Achala means steady. Buddhi, intellect. I am satisfied. I don't need anything. That when it comes, that is called yogam apsyati. So samadhu. Now next, he gives the description. Our Bhagavan, Sri Krishna, he is giving the description. This is the best, this is the best, this is the best. Ideal. So naturally, people will ask, as Arjuna, he is the representative of the human being. And Arjuna is asking, now you are giving all this ideology, that's good. But is it possible to practice and then achieve in one life? Is it possible? If someone has achieved it, what will be his characteristics? Can you please tell me? So from here, he is asking this question from 54 up to 72 is a unique, wonderful, and that is the highest of spirituality. The description of the highest spiritual person. How we will know a person that is a spiritual? That is the common question. All are claiming that I am very, very highly spiritual. How I will know? I cannot go and understand, but there is a yardstick. That yardstick has been given by the Krishna himself, Lord Sri Krishna. What is that? Arjuna asking that question, and then he will be answering. In the 54 question is, Arjuna uvacha sthita pragyasya ka bhasha shamadhistasya keshava sthitadi kim prabhasheta kimasita brajeta kim. He is very clever. A person is simply quietly sitting and claiming that I am the holiest of the holy person. No. How he speaks. But the conversation only you can understand whether sometimes some people will come and provoke you. Immediately you are provoked and abusing and angry, and so many different ways. But if you are quietly sitting, closing your eyes, not mixing with anyone, that is not the examination. Your exam means this. And he is asking, prajahati, the sthita pragyasa. Afterwards, the Krishna will answer. We will read next. Sthita pragya. Pragya means vriddhi. Pragya means the intellect. Pragya means the wisdom. Sthita is perfect. It's not going to change. I am convinced this is the best. Now that way, when that person says, my intellect is fixed over here because I have seen this. then sthita prajna, so that type of person, because again and again you are telling that he is having the yoga yukta, that same person Arjuna describing as sthita prajna. Ka bhasha, he is asking, sthita prajna means person of steady wisdom. A person of steady wisdom. Ka bhasha, what? Bhasha, description. I was reading, nowadays is all free. People can express all their views, and sometimes some people, they will make a group of people and discussing among themselves, spreading all over. They are educated people. But education doesn't mean that he is a wise man. Now, somehow, they are all from India. So naturally, Vivekananda Ramakrishna, they all know. And Vivekananda Ramakrishna is very popular presently. So they are asking questions, peculiar questions. So is it possible for Sri Ramakrishna, without being a Muslim, how he practiced Islam? So here is the question. Is it possible for Swami Vivekananda, only by giving a lecture, and there was no TV, or he could not reach out to the maximum number of people, how he could convince them? And all, if you read, and you will feel, oh my poor souls. I don't read that. Why? Because I know Sri Ramakrishna Vivekananda came to help us to realize the truth, not to deceive us. Sri Ramakrishna didn't take anything from anyone. Then why he should do all this? He practiced austerity, severe austerity, before hundreds of people, not secretly, coming down suddenly and telling, oh, I was there in Himalaya for 15 years austerity, but maybe somewhere I was simply sleeping, enjoying, and then came out. Only I took the time to grow my beard, and then I came and told I was in Himalaya. No, like that. He was there. And just in front of the eyes of Diden, the undivided India's capital, in Kolkata, just near that, all people used to come and check. When he used to go into Samadhi, the doctors, they used to come and they put their finger on the eyeball, the people, and they checked that it's not reacting. Someone kept a burning coal on his shoulder, and that burning coal went deep into his body. It was smelling. Then other people came and somehow saved him. But he was in such a meditation, he couldn't feel even that burning. All this thing false. Now he has passed from an engineering institute. All through the life he never practiced anything, and he understood everything. Just because he has a certificate and he thinks he can write and he can type. And so these are foolishness. If we go and read these people and think, oh, yes, that means I am also joining in the group of the fools. So they are experimented, sthita prajna. The mind is steady. We have seen this. And ka bhasha, the person of steady wisdom, ka bhasha, the description, how you can describe that person. Samadhistasya Keshava, a man merged in the superconscious state, samadhi. Sri Ramakrishna, in the Tuesday, I give the class on the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. We are now studying a chapter where Sri Ramakrishna was a worshipper of goddess Kali, Tantrika. But he was very, very devoted to Krishna also. And he went and mixed with the people, the lovers of Krishna, Vaishnavas. And he was singing and dancing. and kirtan, that is the way of the Vaishnavas, he was doing that. And the thousands of Vaishnavas, they were encouraged by him there, then and there. And the man who was dancing like a mad suddenly stood over there and with no sign of life in the body. Again he is coming down. Again he is chanting and dancing. How it is possible? Before the eyes of the thousands of people, he was demonstrating this samadhi. So simply if we say, brush aside, because I have read a few books on physics and chemistry, I know everything. So here it says that a person, samadhistasya, a man merged in the superconscious state, O Keshava, then sthitadhi, the sage of steady wisdom, kim, what, prabhasheta, he speaks. How he speaks? Asita, he sits, that means his lifestyle, and brajeta kim, how he moves in the society. Now he is asking and giving the three definitions. One, sthita pragya. Pragya means the wisdom. One person having the steady wisdom. Another, samadhistasya, maybe the same person or another person who is constantly merged in meditation with the Supreme Spirit and whose buddhi or wisdom is also steady. Either these three persons or the same person having the three qualities, how he speaks, how he sit or live a lifestyle, and how he walks. That means how he is mixing with the people. Then how I will know a person who is talking with me, he is living in this way, and he is mixing with others. How I will recognize that this is the person, even though apparently he is so normal, natural, ordinary, actually is a great soul. That was the question. Now again, just to remind the three things we have to understand. One, a person who is completely steady mind because he knows there is only Brahman and nothing else. Brahma Satya, Jagan Mitta. Only Brahman, that supreme consciousness, is there and nothing else. Or a person who is constantly merged with the self, yoga, and another person who is having the constant steady wisdom. Either three different persons or all the three qualities in one person. This is one. If that is there, either they or he or she, how he talks, how he behaves, how he lives, how can I understand among the ordinary people that this is a special? Lord Krishna will give the answer in a very unique way that we will learn and study in our next class. So up to this. So let us offer our pranam and then conclude. If you have any question at this moment, then we can take one or two questions. Yeah, madam.
If we do not have attachment to anything, how does a person want to work for anything or achieve anything? Because that is the way we've learned how to strive for something. If you're not, so how do you explain to a child they should be striving for something without having any kind of concrete outcome as
Yeah.
attachment?
So for the children, it is all right. But in our tradition, first they used to teach dharma. Because in the whole human life, they make it the fourth division. Life, fourth division. What is that? Brahmacharya, Garhastha, Banaprastha, Sannyas. The first is the student life, then householder's life, then retired life, then giving up everything and becoming a monastic or a sannyasi. Now again the four Purushartha. Purushartha means goal, to achieve. What is the first? Dharma. When a child is going over there, we are teaching him everything. If you read the Veda, I gave the classes on Veda only. Just picked up some of the slokas and explained. There in the Veda, all the four Vedas. Sometimes whenever we hear about the Veda, oh, full of spirituality. No, all mundane things. Many. If you go and listen to those things, it is in the YouTube. And there they say, in the beginning, when they are teaching, suppose how to do agriculture, in those days, whatever they were having, all those training was going on, archery, agriculture, these and that. But every time they were telling, but your goal should be to go beyond all this, dharma. Whatever you are learning, and with that knowledge, you are going to earn money and you can enjoy artha. And then you can fulfill your desires, kama. But the ultimate goal is moksha. Don't forget it. Why? Then not only in this life, life after life, you will torment, you will suffer. So dharma means encouraging to achieve everything in this life, but not to understand or have that idea, this is the only goal to achieve. No. Sometimes some of the students, they commit suicide because they were not good, they didn't get good result in the first exam, school final, something like that. But there are many who didn't pass the school, but they are very successful. And there are many who are successful students, couldn't achieve anything in the life. So naturally, if we understand these, then, so dharma, that understanding, artha, then whatever knowledge I am having, utilizing that knowledge for the benefit of the society and earning money, then whatever desire I am having, fulfilling, and afterwards I know these are not my ultimate goal, as they used to call samam bonam of life. This is not the ultimate goal of my life. What is that? Moksha is the ultimate goal. Then there is no problem. There is no conflict. Oh yeah.
Based on discussion, it seems that the moksha is really, you are relieved from karmas, right? There are no more karmas, and there is no more birth and death after you achieve moksha. Is that true?
Moksha as a conception. The moksha, the jnanis, you know that Indian philosophy, there are four paths. They are leading to the different goal. One is karma, one is bhakti, one is dhyana, another is the jnana. The jnana marg goes to moksha. And they say, what is that moksha? Just to give an example, a drop of water falling in the ocean. The classical example they always say, the water, drop of water, small, a little water, but the moment it falls in the ocean, where it goes, it becomes the ocean. That is moksha. Then the God, suppose some people they say, no, we don't want that. I like to enjoy the company of God. I like to be in the in the place of God, I like to like that. There are 4-5 qualities are there. Sayujya, Sarupa, Salukka, etc., etc. So they are bhakti. They goes in that way. The jnanis, they goes to Atma, the conception. They goes to the Atma, the self, is also almost same like the Vedantin, but they goes to the self and all the karma ceases. Obviously, goes back to the source. No desire. Why should I come back again? And karma, that depends on the person's own view. He can go to Swarga and can get the company of the God, or he can go to the moksha and get the liberation from the bondage. So that is there.
So moksha is only for
Jnani,
Jnana.
Jnanimargis.
Thank you.
Okay then? And it says, let us chant this mantra. The one whom even the Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, that means the gods are worshipping, the yogis are meditating, and that way they are describing that ultimate one who is all pervading consciousness, who again takes the form, human form or different forms at different times to help us. To him we offer our respect and gratitude. Yam Brahma Varuna Indra Maruta Stunnanti Divyai Stavai. Now if we break the sloka, that beauty goes. So let us try again with that tune. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Maruta Stunnanti Divyai Stavai Vedai Sangha Padakramopanishadai Gayanti Yam Samaga Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantam Nabidu Surasuragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Tomorrow